in the phone lines, and as always our feedback channels are open. Feel free to join the discussion, drop your comments. Make sure if you're tweeting you add hashtag conversation. On Facebook, just go under the live stream and drop your comments. You will be seriously encouraged to do more, I assure you, because we'll do well to take your comments as long as they are within the ambit of the law.
Yes, sir.
Don't use words that you yourself will not be proud of. So we'll go straight to the papers. I have a copy of the Punch newspaper right here,
and I have a copy of the Nigerian Tribune.
PSN disagrees with NAFDAC PTF on search for local COVID-19 cure. That's on page 2 of Punch newspaper. That's for Sickle Society of Nigeria. Federal government ignores antiviral drugs by NIPRD. Others says pharmacists. Nobody is seeking approval for COVID-19 drug. NAFDAC. Government must
actually come forward to economy. Now, FEC in virtual meeting. OK's MTEP's amendment revised budget now 10.5 trillion naira. Crude oil price pegged at $25 per barrel. 47 billion naira approved to boost power supply. Ebonyi gets $81 million Islamic Development Bank loan. Pages 5 and 7 of the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
Sounds nice. Because of this, well, that's it. It's not about getting the loan; it's about using it, appropriately. That's what everybody is looking out for, and we just look forward and hope that is done. NLNG
is for Edo Ondo Guba elections. That's on page 26 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Okay, this is interesting. Okay. It's interesting, but people want to know about it. Should you have someone close to you amongst them? Dubai returnees protest oppose general testing by Lagos. Don't forget that one of them died. So now they want to test all of them. I think that's the way to go.
Well, actually, they were not too happy with the Lagos State Commissioner for Health, because they are claiming that man, the deceased, did not die of COVID-19, but rather he was ill when he was brought in from Dubai. He had surgery and he was in critical condition.
We understand, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Let them test him. Although I understand this test, so I don't think they should be afraid of it. So Dubai returnees protest oppose general testing by Lagos. Details on page 6 of the Punch newspaper.
93 Northerners intercepted in Oyo, Ondo. 60 travelers.
This is serious. From 57 to 30 now to 25. It is well with our to 10.52 trillion. Adopts $25 oil benchmark.
And lockdown 300 level Unijos student killed by security operatives. Page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Wow.
And so much dust is being raised, so much is coming up regarding the violation of human rights by security agents who are meant to enforce the lockdown in various parts of the country. Like I said, there ought to have been a proper briefing of the security agents on rules of engagement. What do you do if you catch someone violating the lockdown, and how do you handle such situations? We shouldn't be trigger happy all the time. Resort to the use of firearms at any slightest provocation. That stands to be condemned in all ramifications, if you ask me.
Well, talking about security, gunmen kidnap army officer. 3 others in Ondo. Details of that on pages 4 and 5 of the Punch. If army officer can be kidnapped,
an army captain.
And 3 others in Ondo State. Details of that pages 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper.
At the APC Unity Forum crisis, Crane Committee explains how 1.2 million naira was shared. I think that's coming from Ondo State. That's front page of the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
We have Sage panel. Falano fault Supreme Court judgment on Oji Kalu. You want details of that? Is on page 7 of the Punch newspaper.
Homegrown school feeding, call Humanitarian Affairs Minister to order educationists, tells Buhari.
I hope. Well, that money will be spent.
Okay.
So what's it for?
Okay, I think that's
if you're interested in Ondo politics, page 16 of the Punch newspaper.
And that's something to do with the 1.2 million naira, explaining how it was shared or something like that. All right, Oyo government pays counterpart fund for World Bank project on rural access.
CIA fixes this Thursday for national prayer against COVID-19. That's the National Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. Fixes Thursday for national prayer against COVID-19. Details on page 9 of the Punch newspaper.
And were they supposed to? Were they supposed to?
What do I know?
They are paramilitary, for God's sake.
I think they were almost going to lose it. People actually stood up for them, and have you seen that video? I mean, I really didn't see much to it anyway, if you ask me. All right. Abiodun asks Assembly to extend Ogun local government chairman's tenure. Details of that on page 11 of the Punch newspaper.
We're still talking about human rights and the rights of COVID-19 patients. NHRC releases guidelines for protection of COVID-19 patients. To announce
those who want to bury should come around. Is that some people are dying and we are not? Well, people die every day anyway.
People die every day. People have to bury their dead. Record that some people have scheduled them funerals.
Sure.
You know,
if not for
COVID-19, funerals for the elderly. People will have scheduled parties. Many parties are actually not going to hold again this year, and events planners are
4,971, just less than 30 shy of 5,000. Total discharged 1,070. Death stands at 160 confirmed cases. Osun with 42 cases. Oyo with 73 cases. Edo with 89 cases. Ogun with 127 cases, Kwara with 53 cases, Katsina 224, Bauchi 206, Kaduna 116, Akwa Ibom 17, Delta 22, Ekiti 15, Ondo 18 cases, Enugu 12, Rivers 33, Niger 10, Benue, Gombe 119, Sokoto 112, Adamawa 21, Taraba 15, and at 4,421,100 handle this in good time.
I begin into that. Now, a quick one from Oyo State. It says in a bid to further sanitize our motor parks. Now, Oyo State government has set in motion plans to improve services of micro vehicles and make them easier to work. So at 10:30 this morning, the Honorable Commissioner for Service of Micro Vehicles now is at 10:30 this morning, and will be hosting the Honorable Commissioner for Public Works and Transport on a BCOS television. Do tune in and do listen to what the Commissioner has to say. 10:30 this morning on Lotun a BCOS television.
All right, trust me, that's our program you do not want to miss for up-to-date information from the government angle. All right, let's quickly check if we can take some sports stories on the Punch newspaper. Page 30 of the Punch newspaper. FIFA postpones women's under 17 and the 20 World Cups to 2021. Expected
Cup bribery. Ekijile wants ex-Super Eagles stars to mention names. And the MPFL still struggling at 30, says Chuku. And that story you took of Paranozi Dom's French club. Sports page of the Nigerian Tribune.
NPFL at 30. Iziji laments insecurity, poor officiating. Brown's appointments as D Tigers coach Trios Amino. Sports Ministry palliative excites Adegoke. Finally on that page, Mexican champions Monterrey target Mikel. All on page 30 of the Punch newspaper.
And FA takes FIFA to court over Chelsea transfer.
As from Hearn. And this is on page 31 of the Punch newspaper. FA to appeal Chelsea transfer ban in June. I admire Messi's career, Ronaldo admits. Okay. Well, I'm sure Messi too admires you. The two of you are something else. I mean, these are two great men coming together. That's Joseph Yobo, an ex-powerlifting boss, gives 0.6 million to athletes, coaches. COVID-19, ANFSC donates PTF on search for COVID-19. The Secretary General of the PSN, Emeka Duru, in an interview with the Punch on Wednesday, stated that the International Institute for Pharmaceutical Research and Development had several relevant drugs waiting to be developed. The Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, had in a statement earlier on Wednesday said the agency had received only one application for the treatment of COVID-19 symptoms, according to her claim for local COVID-19 cure.
I think the solution to all these bus as you would put it, search for a homegrown solution to COVID-19. I think this is just the way to go. Otherwise, we'll just be turning around and around and around on the same spot, and not really NAFDAC saying that nobody has come forward with a
happening in the Ministry of Health that is focused on things like this. So why not just activate those guys and let them do their job?
Oh,
really? I don't expect all this bickering on the pages of newspaper. I say we went, we did not go, they did not come. Really, for how long? Professor Morris, he has been talking. I mean, if I don't know any other person, I think even paid them a visit. Neo Fife has consistently claimed that we have something that we can do. I know a professor, they did not come, they did not tell us. Well, I hope we don't. I mean, Madagascar has gone ahead. I hope we don't fall prey to such things. You have a story there. Let's start.
I'm talking about yesterday's Federal Executive Council meeting, where it was a virtual meeting held via teleconference. Quite a number of issues came up, especially bordering on the economy at this time. Now, the story says FEC in virtual meeting okays MTEF's amendment revised budget now 10.523 trillion and approved the amendments of the medium-term expenditure framework for 2020-2022 and the 2020 budget. Now, Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Mrs. Zainab Ahmed, who briefed State House correspondents after the meeting presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari, said the council also approved the recommendations with key parameters, including the price of crude oil at $25 per barrel, crude oil production at 1.94 million barrels per day, at an exchange rate of 360 naira to $1. Now, I would like to power state. Maman said the 40 megawatts would be evacuated from Kashimbila Dam in Taraba State, where it is currently being generated. 47 billion naira to boost power supply. And I mean, talking about the electric power subsector as the pivot or the hub around which the entire economy revolves. And like I always say, it's not the first time such colossal summit. Which way out of Nigeria's power sector challenges? Now that you are the Minister of Power, and the main directive from your principal is solve this problem.
Well, Babatunde Raji Fashola was on that seat for 4 years. Of course, yes, he denied that. He didn't say that they were going to fix power in 6 months before they got into power. Because I'm pretty sure by the time he got there, he discovered that to let's spend money on some things, maybe power will do better. The truth is, power will not be better because you put 46 billion naira into some turbines that are as old as Nigeria. That's the truth. One major challenge we have in Nigeria today is really not production. It's not generation. Seriously. Because it's in 3 tiers. Power production in Nigeria, power supply in Nigeria is in 3 tiers, and there are 3 different, in quote, entities involved. There's the generation, there's the transmission. Generation is where you talk about the Gencos, the generating companies and all that. I think there's one Canadian company handling that. Then there's the transmission handled by a government agency, the NBET and the likes, Nigeria Bulk Electricity Transmission Company and all that. Then you have the distribution. Those are the ones that interface with us, the people, the discos, you understand, the discos and all that. Now, these 3 tiers work together, but right now. But the challenge is we lack the basic infrastructure to transmit what we generate. I don't know if you have heard that we actually don't have capacity to transmit up to 80% of what we generate. I'm trying to be modest here, I'm trying to be modest. Reply.
I was
noise from that estate. And it was so close. I was taking upstairs. So it's as if you are living the proverbial hell and watching heaven. It was that bad.
You woke up in the morning, you just look across and you see the lights.
There was a day I had to ask my Tamose gun. What's my offense? Why will I believe it? And that does not mean I still pay power bills. Sometimes as high as 3,000 naira for a flat. It was that bad. Okay, so I had to do everything and say I have to leave this place. Who is doing me? You know, I'm telling you, Fashola was trying to solve it as a whole together, but then he had too much on his plate. Was handling Ministry of Worship. Putting money in one Mambila or Kashimbila will not solve the problem. That's everybody. You know, the truth still stands that some people will get money, you know, and most likely share the money. But please, the average Nigerian should not expect automatic power generation, you know, or automatic power supply that will increase just because they said the federal government has put some money. They put money in Gencos. That does not translate to the discourse.
The Nigerians have become used to the disappointments anyway.
Well, I hope. What a bad thing. The headline I'm seeing here seems not to do justice. Just people praising him. You know, you see APC Tinubu government's hail Gambari as Buhari's unveils new chief of staff. We don't need the hail, but I think the headline
the man himself has been talking.
It's better we hear from him.
He says Gambari new chief of staff unveiled that fake meeting.
That sounds better. And
he says I don't reveal on Wednesday that the president would require his loyalty, competence and support. He remarked during the brief chat that he would report directly to the president rather than the nation. The chat went thus. Gambari says, I want to thank the President of the Federal Republic for giving me this opportunity to serve him and the country. Now question, what is my loyalty, competence and support? And he says he will serve the president to the best of his ability.
Sounds interesting if you like. I think
insinuations have been flying on trust Nigerians that Gambari is actually a member of the late Abakari called the shots. Now in the midst of the official accolades of Gambari being a round peg in a round hole, the thinking is that nothing has really changed except for the occupants of the COSM office. What's Aisha Buhari feared?
There was that postulation that it might be some people.
ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi mo mọ̀ pé ẹ ti gbọ́ wípé coronavirus wà ẹni tó bá nílé ní òtútù kó máa wúkọ́ pẹ̀lú ara gbígbóná kódà wọn kò nílé mí dáadáa mọ́ tó tó di wípé wọ́n papòdà nípa ìdí èyí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa dáàbò bo ara yín rèé kí ẹ má bàa ní kó má sì lè tàn kálẹ̀ ẹ máa fọwọ́.
Your certificate of occupancy in just 60 days under the Oyo State Home Owners Charter Scheme (OYHOC). The CFO processing fee for various types of properties are affordable and can be paid instrumentally. Not only that, your CFO can be used for bank loan or any financial transaction. It is now digitalized, so information on it can be accessed anytime, anywhere in the world. Hurry up! This offer is only available to the 31st of December 2020. For further inquiries, call 0700 696 52637.
Alright, so glad to know you're there. Still listening to Oluyole 98.5 FM. Full of thought that believes he's just another member of the cabal and all that. One thing I need people to understand, anywhere in the world where that office is chosen, the chief of staff to the president, take it or drop it, is a powerful person. Someone who manages access to the president. What other name do you want to give him? He's powerful now. Because it's part of his job. He has to manage access to the president. It means if you want to get access,
that he reports to the president and he's supposed to be the face of the president. You want to see the president, that's as important as the president. While I may want to try and understand what actually exists.
One thing is clear. Which cabal? There's a cabal everywhere. As you are sitting here, there's a cabal. That's the truth. Anywhere power, resides, everybody won't have access to that power.
There'll be caucus within caucus. There's caucus within caucus. There's caucus within caucus within caucus.
That's it. It's just natural. Some people just believe that, as we are the one doing this thing, some people want to have access to Tola. You can go through that. I've become cabal like that.
Okay.
So it's yes, it might look like a name, but it's just the truth. But I think the most important thing to say here is this: Ambassador Ibrahim Agbola Gambari as chief of staff will only be as powerful as the president wants him to be. So if the president allows some things, like we saw in the recent past, 7:30 a.m., feel free to join the discussion, Chief of Staff. Can we have an Ilorin person here? let them tell us something about Ilorin. First caller here.
Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning. My name.
Nice to have you, sir.
He was Nigeria's permanent representative at the United Nations. We must not forget also that Professor Gambari and his team went around the whole world to justify the killing of Spencer Owiwa. Yes, he is very important. But this accident has been diverted to the service of 3 dictators in Nigeria. Buhari from 1983 to 1985, Babangida from 1985 to 1993, and Abacha from 1993 to 1998. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So a few people forgotten his role in the Jewish saga. Honestly, Gambari's appointment is not the one to be celebrated. Good morning.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. Took us down history lane. For those who don't know, he decided to share. Well, a lot of articles are out there right now saying some things about Ambassador.
Regarding while not holding brief for Professor Gambari, I think those things the caller mentioned, I think it's more about the man doing his job of protecting his country at that particular point in time. He must have felt he was protecting his country and he was doing the needful.
Let's see what this caller.
Yeah, we allow him to proceed because there's no he is self-controlled. That's a good way. And bringing on this issue of our governor trying to open the rural area, I think it's a very good project. It's a very good project. It makes that culture, it's a better policy to succeed. It's a very good project. I think that the man that I just mentioned, Mr. Oshino, was talking that we got to give him the opportunity to be able to implement that project.
Amen. Amen. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Fallon. Really appreciate you. Comments dropping in on Facebook. Take that. We won't take that. He said, I think this is a scam. Our president electing a man that's average has age 76. The nation of staff. This is telling us that you does not have shares in ruling this country until they get old. God bless Nigeria. All right. We'll go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, sir.
Yes, please, I want to talk about the new of this service. We have been in total lockdown ever since the COVID-19 has started, and they didn't do anything about it. And we have many of us that have not put the salary for our when the pandemic.
Your name again, sir? Hello, sir.
I'm Tayo.
Okay.
I'm Tayo.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for your call. We appreciate that.
Talking about the private sector.
Yeah. Also on Facebook, Oshobu Isaac is saying Southern Africa's tiny mountain kingdom of.
He knows what he's saying now. He cannot report to the nation. He will report to his Oga. And you don't expect him to serve you. The nation is to serve his Oga. Good morning. And please, Amatekun, once again.
We must not take it lightly with the Northerners. I think they have their aim here in Southeast and Southwest. God heal Nigeria. All right, thank you so much. Back to phone lines.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Chris Eboli from Oluyole.
Okay.
Please, I want you to continue to update us about this drug from Madagascar. Whether because the Nigerian doctors have started condemning it, and so that it is only.
Facebook is saying, good morning, guys. All we need in this country is sincerity. Serious.
One of the problems we have in Nigeria is noise. Noise making will not solve our problems. If somebody is assigned a duty, let's look at the fellow, what the fellow will do before we start criticizing. We can't continue to be criticizing everybody.
Don't go anywhere.
Oluyole 98.5 FM.
Hello, èmi Détúnjí àgbẹ̀ ni o. bàbá ó ń bára mi àtijọ́.
ó ló ṣe bá ń.
fún dídí ọjọ́ mẹ́rìnlá gbáko. bá a bá wa rẹ́ni tí ń sín àbò ń wúkọ́ lemọ́lemọ́ ń tòsí wa. tó fi mọ́ mímí túpetúpe. ẹ tètè já fi gbé rẹ̀ ta àìsàn coronavirus nù o.
ọlọ́mọ ló ní aṣọ mi. wọ́n ya tètè fi táwọn àgbẹ̀ tó kù náà létí. ká mọ̀ lọ ibìkan lọ ká lágbàṣe wọ̀lú o.
Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ First Community Initiative tí gbogbo ayé mọ̀ sí Ofox Group lónìí. ká má gbé àlejò sábẹ́ bò mọ́ torí àǹfààní ara wa ni o.
ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi mo mọ̀ pé ẹ ti gbọ́ wípé coronavirus wà ẹni tó bá ní lè ní òtútù kó máa wúkọ́ pẹ̀lú ara nílò láti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ pàtàkì ibẹ̀ ni wípé bẹ́ẹ̀ bá rẹ́ni tó ń wúkọ́ tàbí sín ẹ jìnnà sí.
Dayo Ogunbowale.
I'm Tola Teriba.
We'll go back to the phone lines.
Hello, good morning.
Oh, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
I'm kind of Adidari from Kwara State.
Nice to have you,
Nice
sir.
to have you.
Okay. Thank you very much for a job well done. These medicines to the office for quick analysis. I learned from some people that the NAFDAC normally charges fees before any new medicine can be analyzed. I think this should not. The present coronavirus law should not follow that process, because how can you charge 500,000 before your drug can be analyzed? So this will be the NAFDAC should do the what is needed before it is too late for the betterment of the victims of the coronavirus. This is my submission.
All right.
Good morning.
All right, thank you so much. We can't confirm that. So it will not. 670 million naira should have been used to build schools or emergency. There are schools already. Well, is it another agenda?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir, from Babatode from Lalate.
Nice to have you, sir.
We congratulate all Nigerians on the appointment of Professor Ibrahim Gambari. And we pray that the Lord Almighty will be with him.
Amen.
And we should not forget to do the work according to the president. God bless you, Reverend Babatode from Lalate.
Thank you so much, Reverend, for making that very brief. Prince Adelowo Kayode Emmanuel on Facebook is saying, good morning this morning. As feeding children from home start today, will our children go to school today? No. I congratulate. I can answer that one. I congratulate. There's no school, sir. No school is opening, sir. I congratulate new chief of staff to president. He has said the truth. He will not be reporting to Nigerians, but to his boss, PMB Kayode from OK. I'll go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Emmanuel from Adoloji.
Nice to have you.
I appreciate the president for nominating one of our man from Milan. And I pray that God will continue to support him in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
Cheers from Adoloji. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate it. I'll go back to I receive it. All right. Deji Olaore saying, good morning, sir. Ekushe, God bless you. The appointment of Gambari to me is the government of the old to the old. Deji. Okay. Saying, let them clearly define his job. It's been defined.
Yeah, it's been defined now. I already said it now. You said it's in response to.
And Mr. Tola, thank you so much. That's all she wants to say. Just saying, well done. Okay, we'll go back to the phone lines.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
I do need on the line.
Okay. Thank you so much.
That's a promotion.
All right, sir.
Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Now, on the issue of appointment of Professor Adiola Gambari, I know Buhari made this man very well before he appointed him. This professor, I thought he worked with this president in 1984. So we should allow him to do his own. We don't need to criticize his appointment. Whatever he says, whatever is based the NAFDAC people and the federal government.
On Facebook, Kilani Muraina is saying Nigerians are hypocrites. When Showore was arrested, they were with him. However, they did not vote for him when he contested for presidency. When Late Gani Fawemi was alive, he contested the election. They did not vote for him despite being an hero. Nigerians are hypocrites. They will never say anything good. Yeah. You're also a Nigerian, I hope you know. Adejumo John Kayode is saying, well done to you people. You are all fantastic. fantastic. Keep it up. Adejumo K. Ogbomosho. Thank you so much. Last call for today.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Hello?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. You see, some people don't know the meaning of chief of staff.
Your name?
May God help Nigeria.
Hey.
Yes, so from Adubu.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. And of course, if you're commenting on Facebook or anywhere, please make sure you put your location. That's the much you can take on the show today. Bolaji is in the studio. A very good appreciation. And Prince Aderemi from Gumasho, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's do this again tomorrow. 6:30 a.m. is the time. 7:30 a.m. destination. I remain Oladayo Ogunbowale.
Tola Teriba, run you over to Boluwaji. Is very much in the studio, and FA takes FIFA to court over Chelsea transfer ban.
All these things, it's simple. Just follow the rules and you'll find yourself in trouble. But for Chelsea, there's this way they just find themselves around trouble.
On Oluyole 98.5 FM, as well as Agility FM 92.1 and Okyogun FM 96.3. Radio Capital Boluwaji Ogumala is here once again to bring you up to speed with all the happenings making the rounds in the beautiful world of sports. Bring you the latest, the hottest, and the juiciest news live, and of course on Facebook and Twitter. We are currently streaming live. You can watch us live and direct anywhere you are. Once again, you're welcome on board. Yes, on the show that will bring you all the exclusive, all the interviews, one that you won't hear on any current MPFL campaign. All MPFL games have been on hold in January in Nigeria since the 18th of March due to COVID-19 pandemic that has claimed over 150 lives. Prior decision needs to be taken in the best interest of all the parties involved, considering the severity and unprecedented nature of the pandemic. And he's saying that the league should be abandoned, and of course Half Plateau United awarded the trophy. Let's listen to Ikechukwu Ezenwa this lovely morning.
My own decision they are giving me the LMC post just for 2 weeks. Just end the league. Please, United should be the league. My own decision.
The Super Eagles goalkeeper was particularly worried that the league would
go out and mix with people so that you don't know when you contact the virus and everything. So coming from this shock to come and start playing from the second round, it's not going to be an easy task.